Road trip.
Welcome to Pure Octane Garage
We bring you detailing information.
and other automotive goodness.
That's right. So please like our videos if you enjoy this.
Don't forget to subscribe
Ring the notification bell.
and share with your friends.
That's right. We love it when you share. Wait. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say, we got to let everybody know we've got merch.
Merch is below. Link below. Yeah, check out that merch, guys. All right, Ryan, what are we talking about? We're again in the garages separated like we're supposed to be.
Yeah. This thing that shall not be mentioned is happening, and we're doing our part to not socialize in the same vicinity.
We're in the future with the webcams, right? Remember Back to the Future?
Yeah. So today we've got something that Brandon and I have been doing a lot of thinking about. Well, when this situation is done and hopefully we get somewhat back to normal, I know we've got something on our minds.
Oh yeah. Road trips with some vehicles.
Yes.
We got vehicles here that are just sitting.
Yeah, so road trip. And so we were thinking, okay, what do we do to prepare for a road trip?
Yeah, it's definitely, we kind of compiled a list of the things we think are most important to get you on the road and make sure you're safe.
Yeah, so we thought we'd put together a top 7 list of things to prepare your vehicle for a road trip.
Do you like that top 7? Isn't that unique?
Seven. Lucky number 7, right?
Lucky number 7. Hey, I like that. Lucky number 7. We're going with that. Yeah, so without much further ado, we're going to get to that. And then one other thing, though, we have a special bonus tip at the end of the video that we'll share.
A bonus tip, so make sure you stick around for that.
Definitely. All right, Ryan, I say we get to it. You and I are going to separate these tips out and share them with everybody. So let's let everybody see the tips.
Yeah, let's get to it. So I'll see you back here, and we'll wrap this up and share the bonus.
That's right. We won't forget.
All right, so let's get started.
Let's do it.
Okay, item number 1, tires and tire pressure. Your tires are one of the most important safety aspects of your vehicle because it's literally the only thing in contact with the road. So it's very important to maintain proper tire pressure and condition. And what you'll want to do is check your tire pressure and set it to what the vehicle requires. And you can find that in your owner's manual, or there's a label usually on the driver's side door. In the door jamb, there'll be a label and it'll tell you what your vehicle tire pressure needs to be. It's different for all vehicles. And to check your tire pressure, it's real easy. Here I've got 2 different style gauges. I've got a pen style and I've got this gauge style here, which is a little bit easier to read. And it's real easy. You remove your valve stem cap, press down, and it'll give you your tire pressure reading. Make sure it's set to what the vehicle requires. It's important. Not only because proper tire pressure will allow the tire to wear more evenly, it'll also can increase good MPG by maintaining the proper tire pressure. And I don't just check my tire pressure before a road trip. I check my tires at least once a month. The other thing, a lot of newer or modern vehicles, they have like the tire pressure monitoring systems built in, and they'll let you know if your tire's low, or some of them even give you a tire pressure reading. I still check with my actual gauge. These seem to be more accurate in my experience. So please, it's an easy thing to do. Maintain your tire pressure at the proper settings. The next thing you'll want to do is check the condition of the tire and also the tread depth. I mean, visually inspect the tire, make sure there's no abnormal cracking or weathering. Check the condition of the rubber just visually. Feel along the tread. And speaking of tread, the next thing you want to do is check your tire wear. You want to make sure you have a good tread before going on a road trip, or actually anytime. And what I have here to check my tire tread depth is a tire tread gauge that I picked up at my local automotive store. And it's real easy to use because it's got like these measurements on it, and it also has colors. So in the green, of course, you're safe. Yellow is caution, like your tread is getting worn pretty good. Or red, it's time to replace those tires. And all you have to do to use one of these is you stick it over your tread here, you push down on it, and it'll give you your measurement, and you can visually just see that, oh, it's in the green, so I'm okay for now. The other thing, if you don't have one of these little gauges, is you can use the penny method, where you have Lincoln upside down, and you'll want to make sure that the tread is past the top of his head. But even better is I used to use the quarter before I got my gauge. And here you've got Washington upside down, and you want to make sure that the tread is past the top of Washington's head for a safe tread depth. Also, a lot of the newer tires, of course, have wear bars, and what I mean by that is it's an actual piece that runs across the tread, and you can feel it with your fingers. I'm checking this one, and I can feel that the actual tire tread depth is higher than the wear bar. If you're to the wear bars, it's time to replace those tires. Also, if you see any cords showing in your tire, it is unsafe, and you need to replace that tire or all of your tires. So please visually check your tires. It's important, and it's an easy thing to do. The other thing that I know I'm guilty of is I'm guilty of forgetting to check the condition of the spare. Now check your owner's manual to see where your spare is. Different vehicles, the spare can be in different places. Some vehicles don't even come with a spare. Some vehicles have a run flat tire. Usually those are a performance-oriented vehicle, or they come with an inflator kit. If you do have a spare, make sure you check its condition, the condition of the rubber. Also check its tire pressure. And I know that can be different than your standard tires. Like this one here, the tires are recommended to be set to 35 psi, but the spare is recommended to be set to 60 psi. So don't forget about that spare, guys. It's super important. You don't want to be stranded on the side of the road waiting for a tow truck, where you could have just thrown on the spare to get to someplace safe. So tires, check them, maintain that tire pressure, always. Check at least once a month. That's my recommendation. It's easy enough to do. All right, item number 2, checking under the hood. You want to check all the vital fluids under your hood. All right, one of the most important things you can check under the hood is your oil. You want to make sure it's at the proper level. And on the dipstick, there's usually a safe operating range, and it'll usually have a little area with hash marks. And as long as your oil level is within that range, you should be safe and good to go. And checking your oil is real easy. I got a little piece of paper towel here. I remove the dipstick. I clean the dipstick. And it's best to check your oil level once the vehicle has been sitting for a little bit, to make sure that all the oil has run down into the oil pan. So put the dipstick back in. Now I can check the level. I read it. Yep, it's within operating range. we're all good to go there. And we want to just check the different areas here. Like here's the coolant overflow tank, but it's actually a pressurized piece and it's part of the cooling system, this cap. Of course the vehicle is cold right now, but we can see down here that is the minimum level and the fluid is good. We can check the brake master cylinder reservoir, and I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it is at a safe level for the brakes. You also want to look to see if there's any leaks. The other thing you can check while you're here is if your battery is under the hood. Some vehicles the battery is in the trunk or even under the passenger compartment, but in this particular vehicle the battery is under the hood, so you can visually check the terminals. The positive on this one is under this little door right here, which I can try to open. There we go. And check to see for any corrosion. So you just want to check, look for any leaks. So we've checked the cooling system here, brakes, the battery. Don't forget to visually check the battery. There's not a whole lot you can see visually other than potential corrosion or buildup around the terminals. This looks clean. While we're over here, still looking for any topside leaks, but let's see. This is a little bit hard to see on camera, but down in there in this dark area here, we've got the upper radiator hose. Look for where it connects and to the engine and to the radiator to see if there's any coolant leaks. Again, this particular vehicle uses the Dex Cool, which is a bright red. Some vehicles use a neon green. So as we move across the engine bay here, here's where we check the oil on this vehicle. And if you do need to add oil, there's usually some sort of place on the upper side where you add your oil. As I come over here, of course, here's the air filter box. Down in here, and I know it's going to be hard, but down there is the lower radiator hose. I looked around that with a flashlight to see if there was any coolant leaks, checked the condition of the hose. It seems like it's in good condition on this vehicle. So check your hoses, look throughout the engine bay to see if there's any abnormal leaks or any cracked or broken air lines or vacuum lines or anything like that. Just give it a quick once over, so you can do this visual inspection not only before road trips, but maybe once or maybe every couple of months. You can just pop the hood, give a visual, do a visual inspection to make sure everything's okay, make sure there's no cracked lines, no leaks. Look at your cooling system. Check your belts. The belts on this vehicle are over on that side. They looked fine. Sometimes you have to, it's easier to get underneath the vehicle, but do so in a safe way. You can visually check that stuff. And if you're not sure about a lot of this, you can always take your vehicle to your trusted service center or dealership and have them inspected as well before a road trip. The other thing that you'll want to do is top off your washer fluid level. Now I know a lot of vehicles, it's hard to see the level of the washer fluid. Many vehicles will let you know when it is low, but if you're going on a road trip and you want to make sure that, for peace of mind, you want to make sure that you have enough washer fluid in there. What I usually do is I'll just top it off. In the case of this vehicle, I cannot see the tank. I can see where to put it. It's over on the driver's side. So what I'll do is I'll just top it off, and then that way I know it's full and ready to go. So those are the main things that you'll want to check under the hood. Item number 3, your lights. you want to check your headlights, the high and low beams, your turn signal lights all the way around. Also check your hazard. You'll also want to check your tail lights, your license plate lights, your backup lights. Oh, and most importantly, your brake lights. You want to make sure that they're working in the tail lights, but also you want to make sure that the third brake light is working properly. It's an easy check, but it's an important thing to do. So I guess the next thing on our list, we'll go over to Brandon. Brandon, what you got?
All right, so road trip readiness tip number 4, a very important tip in case you hit inclement weather, rain, is to check your wiper blades around your vehicle. So you just want to make sure there's no dry rot, you know, they're crumbly or they're peeling, and you know what, we'll come in tight and I'll show you what we mean. Okay, so you know, every car kind of has different wiper blades nowadays, but as you can see, this car here, this is the part we want to check. This is the actual blade that is wiping your window, so or your windshield. So you just want to make sure that's not, a lot of times if it's, you know, old and dry, it'll be peeling off. You could just peel it off real easy. We don't want that, because that will just peel off when it hits your window. And then also just check to make sure it's not crumbly or cracked. Simple as that. Easy to replace too if you need to. Local auto parts store. All right, so tip number 5 to get you on the road, and you want to do this periodically throughout the year also, is check your air filter in your vehicle. Hey, they're all attached differently. My previous cars all had clamps. This one had to use an 11mm socket, or you could use a Phillips head to open it up, but I pre-opened it up here, so you didn't have to worry about that. And then you just, air filter's right in here, you just, well, it's in here tight, but you gotta get it out. There we go. And just kind of give it a look over. This one's pretty clean. Just a little bit of dirt, but you know, if you've got a lot of dirt in there, you can't get a hold of a new one, shake it out real good, rinse it out. You know, they even sell these also. This is a disposable one. You can you can purchase the ones that you know, you clean and recondition and put back in. So that's easy enough for your air filter. And bonus of that, once you put that back in, a fresh air filter gives you better miles per gallon. All right, so tip number 6 for getting you on the road, grab a emergency kit, kind of like this. They have these boxes that have all the equipment in them. You know, this basically, some of them have little compressors in them, jumper cables, you know, some flares, maybe triangles, you know, all kinds of different, a poncho, a blanket, you know, those metallic blankets that keep you warm, and a small first aid kit, Neosporin, ibuprofen, alcohol wipes, Band-Aids, all very important to have on hand, maybe some bandage, some wrap, and some scissors. Have that on hand. It's a good thing to have in your vehicle. And the next thing, water. Throw a case of water in the vehicle. Most people, you guys probably already take your, you know, jugs of water or whatever with you, but throw an extra, you know, 6-pack of water, and you know, so just so you have some bottled water on you. All right, tip number 7 here. We're going to the detailing side of things. I want you to go grab a few of your detailing chemicals that you might need on your road trip. Because what happens inevitably? What you're driving, you're going on the road for a long time, bug splatters, bird crap gets on your car, things like that. So that's what this is for. Just quick touch-ups. Oh, not to mention if you have kids or maybe yourself, you spill something in the car. We don't want to spill coffee, soda. Ooh, those things are terrible, right? So for interior, grab yourself, I mean, of course, these are the products we have. Any products will work. Carpet and upholstery cleaner or leather and interior cleaner, depending on you have leather or you have upholstery for your seats, and then, or one of each. Maybe you need both. But those are great for spot cleaning the interior of your vehicle. Maybe grab an all-purpose cleaner, just in case you can dilute this down any spots, because you have water, right? We told you to bring bottled water, so you can have some all-purpose cleaner. Hey, for the exterior, detail spray. So grab your favorite detail spray, whatever it might be, bring that with you. That's gonna be cleaning up your nasty bugs, your bird craps that get on the car, you know. And then last but not least, that windshield's gonna get mucky. Clean it up with some glass cleaner. And then to further talk about those things, you're going to need to bring some microfiber rags. Glass microfiber cloths are great for the glass cleaning. And I'd like to bring one utility microfiber towel, and then you've got your other ones you use for your detail sprays and whatnot. So bring a couple of those with you, your favorites. Actually, any of the towels will do for any of the purposes you need. I just highly recommend the glass cleaning towels for your glass. And last but not least, a bottle of water. So say you bought this water on the road, right? You happen to have some extra sprayers laying around. If you just need some water to spray, some of bottles will attach right to this and you can spray some water. Check that out. So maybe you want to dampen before you try to clean up that bird that took a dump on your car. I said clean up that bird. You know what I mean, bird mess. So that can be very helpful too, and a little tip there. Last but not least, on the detailing side of things, you know, on our channel we talk about these ceramic spray sealants, coatings, whatever you want to call them. For instance, you know, good old turtle wax, it says ceramic spray coating here. Just plan ahead, make sure if you're taking care of your car and this is on there, it's gonna make your trip a lot easier. Everything's gonna clean right off when you get home. So be proactive and put your favorite spray sealant on there. And well, why not one more? Remember Seal and Shine? So anyways, those are your detailing tips. Tip number 7, to keep the ride looking nice while you're on your trip. And those just in cases. All right, Ryan, so there you go. We just gave everybody our top 7 tips to get you safely back on the road and enjoying the beautiful scenery out there off the road. So Ryan, what do you want to say?
Oh,
right.
wait, Brandon. We forgot one of the most important things for a road trip, though.
You're right. And that's where the bonus tip comes in. The bonus tip number, we'll call it tip number 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus tip.
All right. You want to tell them, Ryan? Tell them what it is.
The bonus tip is a road trip playlist.
That's right. So no matter what media you're on, if you're, you know, make your mixtape, mix CD, mix MP3 playlist, you need to get that together and take it with you on your road trip. So, hey, Ryan, give them a couple of your favorites. Oh, you like my mixtape?
Yeah, exactly. You threw me with the mixtape. I'm like, wow, that's awesome.
Hey, you know, sometimes there's cassettes out there still in these cars, not the newer ones.
Yeah, it's true. You know, you got a nice classic ride. You may even have an 8-track player in there, and if you don't know what an 8-track player is, Google it.
Right. Hey, that's muscle car era, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna give you a couple of our favorites, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Gosh, one of my go-tos is AC/DC's "Highway to Hell." I mean,
come on, right? So
yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna rattle off a couple here real quick. Kind of keeping in the vein of the whole Highway to Hell thing. There's one song I listen to. It's Black Sabbath, "Heaven and Hell." I really like to drive to that.
Ooh.
Kind of that same era, you know. And then one other one real quick. I can't get enough of Master of Puppets Makes Me Drive Fast. You know, Metallica's Master of Puppets. Now we're all sounding 80s and stuff here, so I'm gonna move. Do you have anything current you like, Ryan? So I get really pumped. Some newer, similar Metallica style music. I put on a lot of trivia music. I like them. It's very fast. And thanks to Ryan, I got a good driving song a couple weeks ago. He kind of introduced me to Lamb of God. I never listened to them. And that Memento Mori song will make me drive.
And that's a super heavy track.
Oh, yeah, it's heavy. It's gonna pummel you.
Yeah, It is. It sounds like a big V8 engine rumbling in your head.
Exactly. We love that. I'm gonna throw out another hell song. I say that this is my wife Shelly's one of her favorites to just driving and enjoying is it's Rev Theory called Hell Yeah, and it's a fun song, like a modern rock song from the 2010 or so. It's kind of a fun one.
But yeah, you know, I'm gonna take the easy way out. And I really do like the Lamb of God track that you just mentioned.
Yes.
As far as a new track,
I knew you'd agree.
been listening to so much stuff. Again, my go-tos are AC/DC, Metallica, Judas Priest, like Painkiller. So I mean, my driving list has a lot of older tracks in it, mixed in with newer stuff.
I like that. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna ask all of you out there in the comments, post some of your favorite, driving songs, and we're gonna revisit this topic, right?
Yes.
Cool.
So that would be great. Yeah, share your favorite driving songs, and then at some point in the future, we're going to do a video about the best driving songs. So we need your help with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I like to mix it up.
Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. And actually, one of my playlists that I listen to often is a huge mix from classic rock to modern heavy metal to even some older country music, some of the faster driving, like rebel country. Metallica's "Now That We're Dead" is a great track,
and that's a driving beat groove on that song. Just
in the beginning of it, it's amazing. And then
we recommend driving to that one.
Yeah, I mean, when Metallica performs "Now That We're Dead" live, in the middle of it, they extend it and they do the big drumming.
Yeah, the drum.
Psycho.
It's got that nice thumping. Yeah, fun.
So
should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. Talk about music, and look, we just don't stop recording. I'm going to wrap it up. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more Pure Octane goodness, right, Ryan?
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for watching. We appreciate the support, and we'll see you in the next video.
That's right. Later, guys.
Later. Stay safe.
Road trip. But we hope you're driving at a faster pace.